Hi there, welcome. I'm Kelly and this is Maxwell. Welcome to my home studio. Thank you so much for showing up. Today's practice will be about a 40-minute practice. The main things you need to know is to have blocks available. We will do a 6-minute abdominal and core strengthening part, work on our balance. We'll prepare for back bends, and I've got two new thoughts for you with working on back bends, and we'll practice crow pose. So come along and join me, grab your mats and get comfortable, and let's get started. Starting seated on your mat, get comfortable, grab your knees, and I want you to round your back right here like cat pose, but then circle over to the side, bring your chest forward, and then to the other side, and then back again and round. Making a circle, seated position. So smear the chest forward and then bring the back to the rear and then to the forward and then reach. Bring it over all the way to the other side. Do that one more time in this direction and then we'll go the other way. Here we go. Circling the chest and the body around, warming up the spine, cat-cow, seated position, a little lateral movement with that circle. Do it 2 more times. And nicely done. Now, just extend out the leg on this side right here. So stay in the same side as you see me for yourselves, and then turn and face the leg that's straight out right there, and bring this foot to the inner thigh. You can also move the foot down towards the knee, but have the foot on the inner thigh comfortably. This knee drops out to the side, and then you're going to walk your hands along the leg right there, and just notice your flexibility right here. We'll come back here at the end of class so you can notice the difference in how your body feels warmed up. So going right into poses or right into movement with your body cold, you don't have as nearly as much as large of a range of motion. So lower down your nose towards your knee, and then now lift up, and now place your feet in the front and windshield wiper your knees side to side. Just like that. One more time. And now the other side, leg to this side, put your foot on the inner thigh right here, and sit up tall, and you're going to face the direction of this leg. So not facing this bent knee side. You're going to turn your torso. So you feel this side stretch. Place your foot on the inner thigh. Your toes are pointing straight up. Walk your hands out along the leg. Look down at your knee. Inhale and exhale. Notice the difference between this side and the other side. Breathe in. And breathe out. Press your palms firmly on the ground. Spread your fingers. Breathe in and breathe out. Now inhale and lift up. And again, feet in front. Tip the knees side to side. Right and left. And now straddle stretch. Legs are straight out. Toes pointing up. Walk your hands in front. Inhale. Exhale. Now turn your palms, your fingers in like that, and the other side right there. So press the heels of your hands towards the floor. You can also bring it in if you need to. That makes it easier on the wrists. But I want you to get this nice stretch in the top of the hands, but then also the forearms right there. So press your fingertips down, all 10 on both hands. Press your fingers down. And now turn it around right here. Turn your fingers in, pointing towards each other. Press the floor away right there. Relax the shoulders. And then walk down to your forearms. If you can. If you can't do that, just stay up on your hands right here. I want you to get a brief inner thigh stretch right here. Inhale. Exhale. Breathe in. And breathe out. Slide your hands in. Bring your knees in and tip the knees side to side. So your feet are wide. Tip the knees up and over. 2 more. And now, come onto your back. Let's start our 6-minute ab sequence. Lie down on your mat all the way. I'm going to put us on a timer so we stay on task. You will hear a beep right here. Starting session, exactly 6 minutes. So put your hands behind your head like that, and you can place your thumbs right there at the base of your head. You can like press right there, give your lobes right there a massage. Bring your knees up, bend your knees 90 degrees, flex your feet right there. Lift the shoulders off the mat and then lower. And you don't have to lift up really high. The main thing is I want you to have your chin neutral. So each of the abdominal core strengthening moves will move for 30 seconds and then transition to a new move. Up. We'll do 2 rounds of this. Up and lower. Bring your knees into your chest. Rock from side to side. And let's do that again. Hands behind the head, fingertips, thumbs right at the base of the head. Lift up and lower. Lift up. So knees bent 90 degrees. Flex your feet right there. Pull your toes back. Lift the shoulder blades up and down. Lift up and lower. Up and lower. Lift up and lower. Excellent. Extend the legs up straight right here. Lower the left leg and then lift up. Lower the right leg. So press the lower back into the floor, and you can put the hands on the ground right here. Lower and lift. And if your back is comfortable, you're feeling strong, you can start this scissoring of the legs like this, building strength, warming up the body. Press the hands into the floor. Move the shoulders down and press them into the mat. Nicely done. Bend your knees and bring them into your chest. Spread the blades and press the shoulder blades down. Again, legs up. Flex your feet. Lower one leg and then lift up. Lower the other leg. And you don't have to go down too far. Range of motion can be just about a third of the way. Or maybe you can go all the way down and tap the floor and then lift up. And then maybe you can start this scissoring motion where you're moving one down as the other leg moves up at the same time. Just a few more. Nicely done. Excellent. Bring your knees into your chest. Again, 90 degrees with the knees. Now lift your head. Same thing. Hands behind the head. Thumbs right at the base of the skull. And you're going to turn and pivot and reach the right leg and bring the right elbow to the left knee. Center, change sides. Left and left elbow to right knee. Center. So it's like bicycle, but slow and controlled. Exhale, inhale. Shoulder blade up, center. Leg goes out, center. Out and center. Put your feet down on the ground. Let the knees touch each other for a moment. Bring the legs up again, same thing. Right leg out, right elbow to left knee, center, and change. Center the move and then turn. Center and pivot. Center, now try this. Reach the hand and flutter your fingers. Flutter, flutter, flutter. Center, reach. Center and reach. Center and reach. Flutter fingers. One more time. Just to do it. All right, nicely done. Cross your ankles and roll up. Now we're going to face the mat. Reach the right arm and the left leg. So the arm is near your ear, elbow to the knee, touch, and then reach. If you can't do that, touch the hand to the thigh and then reach. Now try this. Knee to elbow and then reach. Now take the arm and leg side and center. Knee to elbow, center, arm and leg side and center. Do it again. Knee to elbow, center, and side, and center. Nicely done. Let's do the other side. You ready? All right, arm out, leg out, arm near the ear, spread the fingers, touch the elbow to your knee, and reach. Maybe you just tap the hand to the thigh and reach. Get your balance. Now take it to the side. So side, center, knee to elbow, reach, leg, arm, side, and then elbow to knee. Do it again. Reach, out, bring it in, reach, out, reach, in, and reach. Knee down. Nicely done. Breathe in. Now lower your belly towards the floor. Look forward. Exhale, round your back. Tuck your toes under. Neutral spine. Hover the knees right here. Breathe. Inhale. Press the floor away. Set your knees down. Top of the feet down. Cat. And then cow. Cat. And then cow. So we're still warming up. Strengthening the core, tuck your toes, lift your knees for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Downward facing dog. Beautiful job. Walk your feet to your hands. Hands to the shins, lengthen and look forward, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale and stand tall. Reach all the way up. Stretch overhead. Exhale, bring your hands down to your heart and close your eyes for just a moment. Feel your body, feel the feet standing on the earth. Feel the breath of air going in through the nose. And then as you exhale, the airflow out of the body, palms touching together. Inhale. And then exhale, setting your intention for your practice. Inhale and reach your arms up and stretch overhead. Exhale, fold over your body. Sun salutation A. We'll make it a little more invigorating. Hands to the shins, lengthen and look forward. Exhale, place your hands on the floor, and you can move your blocks out of the way for the moment. Step back to plank. Set your knees on the floor. When you lower down, draw your elbows in, press your hands down all the way, top of the feet on the floor, Sphinx pose right here. So look forward. So rather than going through a traditional sun salutation with a bunch of cobra poses and chaturanga, which is not the greatest over and over again for the back and the shoulders, well, I've created a few invigorating sun salutations that'll be just as challenging as maybe a chaturanga, right? All right, so now lower down on the floor, put your hands on the ground, cobra pose, press your elbows in, press the floor away, look forward, exhale, lower. Now tuck your toes. You can push through and press, lifting the knees up off the ground, downward facing dog. Breathe. One more breath. And then walk your feet to your hands. Feel fluid. Inhale, half lift. Exhale and fold. Inhale and stand tall. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Inhale and reach up. Adding on, exhale, fold over, soften the knees. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale, plant your hands and step back. This time, keep your knees up if you can. Lower down. Chest and belly to the mat. Chin on the floor. Right? Just touches for a moment. Then forearms on the ground. Sphinx pose. And I'm going to clasp my hands this time and press the pinky edge down and pinky edge side of my hands down into the ground. And then press like that. Abs contracted. And now separate your hands. Forearm plank right here. Now, look between the thumbs and walk your feet in a couple of footprints. How's that going? Push the floor away, coming into dolphin pose. Walk your feet in a little bit further. Push the floor away. Your palms are spread, the forearms pressing down into the ground. Nicely done. Now walk the feet back so you're in forward plank again. Lower down to the mat. Slide your hands on the mat, cobra pose. Inhale, exhale and lower. Tuck your toes, push off the mat. Downward facing dog. One breath. Exhale, walk your feet forward. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale and fold. Inhale, stand tall, reach all the way up, big stretch. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Inhale, reach. Exhale, fold over. Same thing, inhale, half lift. One breath per move, step back plank, lower down, chaturanga. Clasp your hands, Sphinx pose. Then separate your hands, palms down, form plank right here. Breathe in, walk your feet in a few steps forward. Press the forearms into the mat. Dolphin pose feels awkward at first. I remember this pose when I first started trying to do it. Thought it was super, super hard for my shoulders. You will get stronger. That's why we're doing this, for shoulder strength and flexibility. Walk your feet back. Here's your form plank. Lower down your belly. And here's your cobra pose. Pull your elbows in, look forward. Exhale and lower. Tuck your toes. Lift all the way up off the mat. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe. Look forward. Step to your hands. Inhale, lengthen, half lift. Exhale, separate your feet. Bend your knees. Sink down into malasana. Hands together at the heart. Elbows on the inside of your knees. Look forward. Then place your hands behind your glutes right there. Lean back and sit behind your heels. Feet on the floor in front. Navasana. Boat pose. So lean back, look straight forward. Grab behind your hamstrings. Lift your right foot up. Point your feet. Left foot up. Point your feet. Pull the toes back right there. Reach the arms. Inhale. Exhale, lower and straighten your legs. Half boat right there. Hold, breathe in. Now come back up. Boat pose. Cross your ankles on your hands and knees. Step back plank. Lower down. And this time, lift up into locust pose. Hands up. Lift the legs. And then lower. Do that again. So tap your nose to the ground or the floor and lift up and then lower. Now place your hands, cobra pose, right there. Exhale, lower, warming up the spine. And now let's stay right here. Put your form on the floor to reach back and grab your right foot, quad stretch right there. So point your elbow up. Inhale. You can put your forehead down for a moment. Exhale. Breathe in. And breathe out. Now let your foot go. Let's change sides. Opposite foot, grab the foot. Opposite leg, grab the foot. Put your forearm down. Put the top of the left foot on the floor. Pull your heel to your glute. You don't have to lift the thigh. Just pull in that heel. Lengthening through the front of the leg. Stretching the front of the body, which is important for going into back bends, obviously. Because you stretch the back body and you stretch the front body and you use the back body to lift. And then let your foot go. Nicely done. Push off the ground, downward facing dog. Nicely done. Look forward, walk your feet to your hands. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale and fold. Inhale, stand tall. Reach up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Separate your feet, bend your knees, sink all the way down, carefully, carefully, carefully. Elbows to the inside of the knees, thumbs to the heart, hands behind the hips. Same thing, lean back, sit on the floor, grab your hamstrings, legs up, point your feet right there. And you can stay right here, hands right here maybe, and then you can just lower like this, right, if that was too difficult earlier, and then lift up. Or here, and then lower. Reach for the toes. and then lift up. Super hard, right? Let's try that one more time. Lower, lift up, cross your ankles, come all the way onto your hands and your knees, and plank, lower down. Locust pose, lift up your chest, lift up the legs, lower. Hands on the sides of your mat. Cobra pose, inhale, elbows in, exhale, lower. Now let's do a unclasped bow pose. So don't grab your ankles. It feels super, super awkward, but think bow pose, lift the legs, bend your knees, reach for the ankles right there. Spread your fingers, 3, 2, and then 1, and lower, nicely done. Press into the floor, downward facing dog. Breathe, let's move along. Reach the right leg up. Let's start a flow sequence. Right leg up, turn your toes out and bend your knee. Reach the foot towards the opposite side of the room right there. If you look under your arm, you should see your foot. Then extend the leg straight. Bring your knee in underneath your chest toward your nose, maybe touch. And then extend the leg up straight. You don't have to touch, but just that direction, right? That's the point of that cue. Knee to nose and extend up. Sometimes it's just hard to get there. Now, set your right foot on the right shin on the floor, right underneath you, right? And then top of the foot down. Now you're going to turn to the left. The right foot sweeps underneath and reach the left arm up. Here's your gate pose. Now come up onto the fingertips, then lift up, reaching the arms side to side, right there. Are you watching me? Maxwell's watching me practice. Oh my. Are you watching me? Is this fun? All right here, gate pose. So see, my shoulder is over my hip. I'm not like this. I'm right here. Now you're going to keep reaching, and put your hand right here on the top of the knee, the side of the knee, and then reach the arm up and over. Nicely done. Feel the side body stretch. All right, the second part of this. Reach your arms like this. Now you're going to sit on this hip right here. Put your hand on the floor and sweep this foot underneath you like this. We did this earlier. So foot to the inner thigh. Reach over this leg right here. Nose towards your knee. Inhale. Lift. Exhale and lower. Maybe your nose comes closer to your knee. Don't force anything. We'll do this again. Exhale. And then lift up. Now you're going to turn the same direction of this knee right here, turning to face the mat, and then downward facing dog. Taking out the vinyasa, left leg up, inhale. Turn out your toes and bend your knee. So this opens up the front body again, stretching the quadricep, the hip flexors. It's kind of like a back bend. We're just turning to the side. Extend the legs straight. Bring the knee underneath your chest toward your nose. And then lift up. So when you bring the leg in toward your nose, you are shifting forward. So it's like a one-legged plank on your hands. Lift up. Last time. Just bring the leg underneath, set the shin down on the floor, and then turn like that. And then you'll move this hand so it lines up more with this leg. And then open the body, reach the arm up. Then come up onto your fingertips and lift up. This foot right here is flat on the floor. Arms like this. Center up the body. Now hand right here, reach up and over, relax the shoulder. Inhale. Exhale, breathe in. Now arms like a T, and you're going to bring this leg up underneath you. Place your hand on the floor carefully, and then this foot goes to the inner thigh right here. And move it up higher if you can, and then face the leg that's straight out. Walk your hands out. Inhale and exhale. Breathe. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, lift up, slide the hands in. We're going to turn this way again. Hands on the mat, lift up, downward facing dog. Let's do that again. Right leg up. Turn your toes out and bend your knee. Extend the leg straight. Bring your knee in. Place it on the shin on the floor, and then turn. Reach the left arm up, come up on the fingertips, and lift up, T, and then over. Stretch the side body, and then sit on the right hip to the floor and bring this foot to the inner thigh. Walk your hands along the floor, nose towards your knee. Inhale, lift. Exhale. Inhale, lift. Turn the same direction you came into it. Turn over, lift the right leg up. Set your foot on the floor. Left side, left leg up. Push the floor away. Feel that nice stretch. Turn your toes out and bend your knee. Extend the leg straight. The knee underneath the body. Set your shin down right there. Turn the foot and the shin out. And then reach the arm. Come up onto the fingertips. And press that right foot down into the ground. And then lift up. Here's your gate pose. Reach up and over. And now you're going to just sit on the floor right here with this leg up underneath you and walk your hands along this leg. Breathe. Slide your hands. Turn back the same direction. Lift up the leg, downward facing dog. Lift up your right leg, 3-limb dog. Turn your toes out, bend your knee. Now this time, extend the leg straight, step your right foot forward. Keep the knee up, crescent pose. Inhale and rise. There we go. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart. And let's twist. So hinge your body forward, turn the rib cage like you're turning a steering wheel, and put your elbow on the outside of your leg right there. Anchoring. Inhale, reach up and over, warrior two. So set this foot down at an angle, this knee over the ankle over here, reaching your arms forward and back. Reverse warrior. Inhale. Exhale, side angle. Just put your forearm on your thigh, turn your palm up, reach arm up and over. This time add a bind. Reach over, reach up around the back side, grab your thigh in the front, knee in the front over your ankle, and then side angle. So right here, or bind, or touch the floor with the fingers first, and then maybe you can get your shoulder down there and reach underneath and grab your hands together. Open the body to the side, and then maybe turn your gaze up. Now unclasp, reach forward and back, half moon pose. So here's your challenge, here's your balance. Balance challenge. So move your block over, slide your foot in, and then lift your leg. Fingertips on the block or flat palm. Reach the left arm up. Breathe. Flex your foot. Now set your foot on the floor, hands on the ground, downward facing dog. Let's do the other side. Left leg up, turn your toes out and bend your knee. Extend the leg straight, step your left foot forward, crescent pose first. Inhale and reach up. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Set up. Hinge forward, turn the rib cage, anchor your elbow right there, extend the back leg straight, heel up, breathe, untwist, inhale, all the way over to the other side. There's your warrior two. Reverse, hand behind the thigh, simple the first time, forearm to the thigh, reach up and over, side angle. Reverse, this time sweep around the back side, grab your forward thigh, arm over the ear, and then exhale, side angle. Maybe you can bring the arm down, shoulder down towards the knee, and clasp the hands underneath the leg, and you're kind of pulling just gently underneath the leg right there. And then unclasp, warrior two, and then grab your block. Here's your half moon, slide your foot in. This left foot, keep it straight, parallel to the mat, as parallel as you can keep it. Reach the right arm up. Flex your foot. Turn your gaze side. And then set your foot down on the floor. Hands on the floor. Lift up the left leg, downward facing dog. Transition, right leg up. Inhale. Turn your toes out. Bend your knee. Listen. Extend the leg straight. So just like we put the leg underneath you and went into gate pose, this time we're going to do rock star. So bring the leg underneath you, center. Leg goes under right there. And then you're going to turn and reach the left arm up. And then lower the hip to the floor and then go into a straddle stretch right here. So forearms on the ground, legs are out. And then walk your hands in. And now hands underneath the knees, bend your knees, tip the knees, windshield wiper, side to side. One more time. Tip the knees in and turn over. Hands on the mat. Tuck your toes with the left foot. Lift up. Downward facing dog. There we go. Left side. Let's do that. Left side up. I'll cue through this. Listen to my cues. Turn your toes out first. Bend your knee. Pelvis stretch. Nice. Extend the leg straight. Now bring the knee in and underneath, hover right here. So you can also do gate pose and turn, or if you're ready for it, extend the leg underneath and then turn, reach right there. And then just slowly lower down, straddle, stretch. Legs are out wide. Walk your arms forward. Put your forearms down if you can. Inhale. Exhale. Breathe in. Walk your hands in. Hands behind the back. Feet on the floor. Tip the knees side to side. We're going to do this again. A little bit of practice. Tip the knees this direction and turn, rotate, downward facing dog. Let's walk forward and come back to that in a moment. Walk your feet forward. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale and fold. Inhale, stand tall. Breathe in. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Separate your feet about hip width. Come into a wide stance chair pose. So bend your knees, reach your arms forward, and then stand up. Do that again. Inhale, reach. Exhale, stand. This time, inhale, reach. Exhale, bend, lift your heels, and set your heels down. So strengthening the ankles. Reach and lift your heels, and then reach. Lift your heels. Reach. Lift the heels. Let's do it 4 more times. 8 total. 4. Look forward. 3. 2. And then 1 more. Right here, Utkatasana. And then widen your feet, lower down to Malasana, yogi squat. Oscillate side to side a little bit. So moving the knees in. Breathe. Get good at this pose, you guys. This should be something that you work towards with your mobility. Mobility in the back and the hips. And then place your block in front of you. Just a little bit of practice. Hands on the floor where they land in front. So your arms are straight, right? Spread your fingers. And then lean forward. Squeeze those arms into your elbows. Rock back onto your heels. Bring your hands to your heart. Do the same thing again. Hands on the floor. Lean forward. Lift your hips. Slide your knees up. But then lock your arms in. Elbows draw in. Walk your feet close together. Heels touch. Knees up near your armpits. Lean in. And then maybe reach your right foot up. And then the left foot up. And set your feet down. Sit on your heels. Press into the floor and stand up. Inhale and reach up. Stretch overhead. Look up at your hands. Exhale. Fold over. Lengthen and look forward. Hands on the ground. Step back plank. Like we did in the beginning. Lower down. Forearms on the ground. Clasp your hands. the edge of the pinkies on the ground, pressing down. Then separate your hands, tuck your toes, forearm plank. Then walk your feet in towards your elbows. Reach your hips back. Push the floor away, dolphin pose. Inhale and exhale. Breathe in and breathe out. Push the floor away, reaching the heels towards the back of the mat, stretching the back, the hamstrings. Now walk your feet back. Lower your belly down to the mat. And reach the arms to the sides. Locust pose. Bend your knees. Unclasp bow. Exhale, lower. Hands on the ground. Here's your cobra pose. Pull the chest away from the floor. Exhale and lower. Tuck your toes. Lift up. Downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your right leg up. Going straight to rock star or gate pose, your choice. Bring your knee underneath you, right here. So set your knee down and go to gate pose by turning your feet and your shin, or leg underneath, right there. Turn, reach up. Rock star, and then hand to the floor, and use that to lower yourself down to the ground. Walk your hands forward, wide straddle stretch. Walk the hands in or slide the hands in, feet on the floor, tip the knees side to side. Tip them over this way, turn, lift up, downward facing dog. Let's do the other side. Left leg up, and then bring that leg underneath you. Shin down, gate pose, or leg under, and rock star. So there's alternatives, right? And if you place your hand on the floor, you can lower down more easily, safely. Walk your hands forward, straddle stretch. Slide your hands in, feet on the floor, tip side to side. One more time. Tip the knees over and turn, downward facing dog. Here's our flow. Inhale, right leg up. Turn your toes out, bend your knee. Extend the leg straight, knee towards your nose as you shift forward. Step your right foot between the thumbs. Crescent pose. Inhale, reach. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Hinge forward, turn the rib cage like you're turning a steering wheel. Elbow, anchors. Maybe you can reach the arms opening. Touch. Hands together. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, warrior two. Reverse with a bind. Last time, exhale, side angle. Right there. Now look at your block. Half moon pose. So line this up with your pinky toe, hand on the block. Lift up your leg. Reach the opposite arm up. Flex the foot. Strong. Set your foot on the floor. Warrior two. Right there. Spin the hands around. Press into the floor. Downward facing dog. Left side. Left leg up. Turn your toes out. Bend your knee. Extend the leg straight. Knee in toward your nose as you shift forward, step your right or left foot forward. Inhale, reach, crescent pose. Exhale, hands to your heart. Hinge forward, turn the wheel. Knee over the ankle, open up the arms if you can. Nice. Hands to heart. Inhale and reach up, warrior two. So turning it around, beautiful. Reverse. Go ahead and bind if you can for a moment, one breath, and then side angle. Right there. Draw the shoulder back. Look at your block. Hand on the block. Slide your foot. Half moon. Reach up and stretch. There's your balance. Flex your foot. Press the ground away. Lift up the right hand. Straighten the right leg. Set your foot on the floor. Warrior two with steady movement, hands down to the ground, push the floor away, downward facing dog. And you did it. Step forward. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Drop the head. Reach all the way up. Inhale. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Bend, separate your feet. wide this time. Malasana, elbows to the inside of your knees, palms together, thumbs to your heart. And now bring the hands behind your back, move your block, sit down, and I want to go over my a main point about back bends. So you either, when you're in a back bend, whether it's bridge or wheel pose, you engage the inner thigh muscles or press into the inside edges of your feet to rotate the femur in the hip joint correctly. Or you press into the feet and get more of a centering effect. And it really is dependent on the person. It's like, so you have to play around with, or not play around, but feel where the weight is in your feet when you lift up. And we'll practice that with bridge pose first before even attempting wheel pose or Urdhva Dhanurasana, upward bow. So if you think about it, when you're anterior, when your pelvis is anterior rotation, then your hips are more opened up. Or you're able to go into a back bend. If you're posterior oriented, then it's not as easy. So if you look up here, if I have space right here, I've got my natural curve of my spine. That's the posture of when you come up into a back bend. And really, what do you want in a back bend? Well, we want to accomplish it first of all, but you want to feel good, right? So that's the whole point of working on this for several weeks, so that you can actually get a sense of it and work towards feeling good in your back bend. That's the whole point, because you want to feel good. You don't want to just be technical, right? It's not just about, yoga isn't just about being technically getting a pose correct. It's about feeling good, right? Feeling good in your body and actually stimulating the tissue in a positive way. So bring your feet in, and then, so normally in glute bridge you would like press your lower back right there. That's posteriorly rotating the hips. So do that, press your hands down into the floor, and so right there, and then lift up. So you have a stopping point, right? So you can't like round the back like a dome shape if you came up into a wheel pose, right? So what I'm going to suggest is that you don't necessarily press the back down so much or rotate posteriorly so much, but just have your spine neutral, abs contracted below the navel, hands on the floor, the back of your head on the floor, press your hands down, and then lift up right there. Maybe that was a little bit better that time, right? But then press into the inside edges of your feet. Can you lift a little bit higher? If you press into the outside edges or turn your knees out, it doesn't seem to be as much space in the hips as if I press into the inside edges of my feet, right there. And then lower down. Right there. And coming up into wheel takes a lot of confidence, and it takes a lot of power. It's like a power move. It's hard to describe how you actually even get to the point where you feel like, oh, I can do that. It feels impossible, I have to say, in the beginning. But let's do bridge one more time. So feet wider than your hips, the back of the head on the floor, press the palms down, and you're going to just abs contracted, keep your spine neutral, then lift up right there. And lift up as high as you can and press into the inside edges of your feet. And then and then kind of transition the weight to the outside edges. And what does that do for you? Does that make you feel more comfortable, right? Main thing is you don't want your knees to splay out or come in. That's the key. And then lower. All right, so we've really warmed up the body well with that. We're going to come back to that the next class and practice that again, that point, that concept of posterior and anterior pelvis position. So for right now, bring your right knee into your chest and extend the left leg out for straight. And let's get a quick spinal twist by bringing the knee across and then the right arm over to the right. Look over to the right. Relax the shoulder. Inhale and then exhale. Lift up your knee and extend the right leg. Bring the left knee in and bring that knee across. Inhale. Look over to the left. Exhale. Breathe in. Breathe out. And then center. And then bring both knees into your chest and give yourself a hug for being here. So grab the legs, and you can actually grab the elbows and bring your chin towards your knees for 3, 2, and then 1. And then cross your ankles, roll to the side and push up or roll up. And place your right foot on the inner thigh right here, or sorry, just this direction. Doesn't matter which side. So foot on the inner thigh right there. Press this knee down. Now turn. I find that I have to really readjust once I turn my body again. And flex your foot. Now walk your hands down towards the heel. Can you touch your nose to your knees? Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale and lift up. And slide your hands in. You can also bend your knee and do this, and that's a good stretch too. And then slide your heel out, keeping your nose towards your knee. And then lift up. All right, change sides. So opposite foot to the inner thigh. And again, you may have to adjust whenever you turn the body. So my foot just moved away from the thigh. So turning the body, toes pointing up. Walk your hands towards the foot on the floor. Breathe in. And I just want you to keep it right here. A lot of the time I'll say, bring it over here and get this good side stretch. But for today's class, I want you to just have your hands on both sides and maybe bring the nose to the knee. Breathe in, breathe out. Relax the arms and shoulders. Inhale and lift up. Slide your hands in and cross your legs and sit up tall. Bring your palms together. Edge of the thumbs to the brow in gratitude. The edge of the thumbs to the heart in thanks. Take a deep breath in. Bowing your chin. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste. Thank you for showing up for practice today. I hope that you got something out of that, and we'll practice again. The same type of moves, same sequences, the next class. So look for it in a couple of days. All right? See you again next time.